Welcome back, guys, and welcome back, Ducks fans. Today we're going to dive into the highly anticipated 2024 Oregon Duck football season. From new faces to returning stars, Oregon is set to make waves in the new look Big Ten. So let's get started. First up, let's talk about the Ducks' explosive offense. Last season, Oregon boasted one of the most high-powered offenses in college football, racking up an impressive 531.4 yards per game and averaging 44.2 points per game. Offensive coordinator Will Stein is back, and he's brought in a new weapon. Bo Nix is out. He's playing for the Broncos. Former Oklahoma quarterback Dillon Gabriel. Dude is electric. Dude is experienced from Oklahoma and UCF. He should keep Oregon's offense firing on all cylinders and be a key figure in pushing for the playoffs. He also has a chance to win the Heisman. Despite losing some of the top weapons in the draft, the Ducks aren't short on talent. Tez Johnson, the program's single-season reception leader, is back, along with veterans Trayshawn Holden and Gary Bryant Jr., plus wide receiver coach Junior Adams has bolstered the room by getting former Texas A&M wideout Evan Stewart, who was a big-time recruit in one of A&M's best classes, but he's transferring to Oregon, and he's going to help booster this wide receiver core and make it electric and make things easy for Dillon Gabriel. The offensive line is going to take a hit, losing Jackson Powers Johnson, who turned pro, went to the NFL, but Iapanilalulu, I probably butchered the name, but I tried my best, and a pair of starting book-end tackles are ready to anchor another strong line, which they're going to need in that transition to the Big Ten and having to play in that trench warfare. Now let's shift to the defense. Last season, the Ducks made significant strides, recording 34 sacks. However, they have a new look interior defensive line after losing 4 veterans. Enter Houston transfer Jamari Cladwell, who brings size and power to the mix. Defensive end Jordan Butch might be the best of the bunch, but keep an eye on the growth of Mateo Ugangale, DJ's little brother, and Blake Purchase as well. I think they have a lot of high-end talented guys that are going to grow this season. At linebacker, you have the athletic duo of Justin Jacobs and Jeffrey Bassa, should form one of the better tandems nationally. Up-and-comers Devin Jackson and Jerry Mixon are also expected to earn more steps, and I think this defense is going to grow and be one of the better defenses in the nation. Lastly, let's talk about special teams and also some changes. The Ducks say goodbye to all-time scoring leader, kicker Camden Lewis, but welcome Oregon State transfer Sappington, who could potentially be an upgrade. Ross James will continue to boom punts, averaging 48.4 yards per boot in 2023. However, Oregon desperately needs to improve the return game from last year. Before I go on to the next part, please like and subscribe if you're enjoying this content, and check out our other videos. I've already done Texas, I've already done Florida State, and many more coming up. So please like, subscribe. I'm doing all these teams I can and trying to get us ready for the 2024 season. And I'm also super excited about the new college football game. So I hope it's on the road to 500, and let's get into the schedule. Oregon starts their season at home against Idaho, and this one should be a nice, easy warm-up game, put up 60-70 points, and go home happy. Then the following week, they play Boise State, who's a really good non-power program. I think it'll be a decent test for Oregon, but Oregon should handle their business and win this one handily as well. Oregon State, things get interesting. They're going on the road. Oregon State's a rival. Oregon State's probably pissed off about Oregon leaving them in the Pac-2. I think this could be interesting, but Oregon State has lost a lot. They're not the same team they were last year, and I think Oregon beats them probably handily. I'm thinking like a 38-7 game or something like that. Then they go on the road to UCLA. Good weather, good win for Oregon, and they end September 4-0, feeling good and positive vibes. Now they're going to get to play some traditional Big Ten teams. Starting off October 4th with Michigan State. Michigan State's rebuilding, and I think Oregon handles their business, gets a nice easy win over Michigan State. Then the big game, everyone's excited. This is going to be the game of the week. I think you have 2 undefeated teams at this time, and it's going to be a fun one Saturday, October 12th against Ohio State. sadly, Ducks fans, I think you're going to lose this one. I have Ohio State eking this one out. I feel like it's like a game-winning field goal situation. I just think they're a little bit better team. Oregon kind of chokes in big games and big moments, and I think Ohio State gets the job done. I don't know. I just feel like new teams transfer to conferences. They don't usually win the conference. So I just think Oregon, you got a good team. I like the way the program's going, but you'll lose Ohio State. Then you get a bounce-back game against Purdue on the road. You win that one. Then end October with a win against Illinois to keep the good vibes going. Then you go on the road to Ann Arbor to the national champions, Michigan. And I think Michigan's not the same team they were last year. They're not as good, losing Jim Harbaugh, and I think you take advantage of that, and I think you beat them in a close one, but I think you show the world how truly legit Oregon is and help cement yourself as a big playoff contender. Then you play Maryland at home, win that one. On the road at Wisconsin. I think Wisconsin's going to be much improved, but I don't think they beat you. And then you finish the season against former Pac-12 rival in Washington, and I think you get revenge from last year, beating them handedly and capping off your season at 11-1. Now this is where the fun begins because you have a good conference record, and I think you're going to be the second best team in the conference, only behind, you guessed it, Ohio State. So I think you're going to go to the conference championship game against Ohio State and get your rematch. Now, this one I am torn, but you know what? Nah, I'm just kidding, Oregon fans. Sorry. I have Ohio State beating you this year. I just think they're a step above. I think they're the most talented roster. I think you're right there. I think you're third or fourth, but I think you're just behind Ohio State. I think you lose twice to them. They beat you, similar to Washington situation. I still think you make the college football playoff. Thank you to the 12 expanded teams, so you will be in the playoff, but you won't be the Big Ten champ. I just don't think teams come in, transfer conferences, and win it. Oregon won't, so I have them getting second in the Big Ten, which I think is a really good honor, and just behind Ohio State, making the playoffs and being a national championship contender. Maybe you beat them the third time you play them in the playoffs. I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree with me, disagree with me? Let me know. Also put in the comments, what team would you like me to do next? Until next time, peace.